glow beneath the sign. A little odor still on time. I almost missed the way you looked, till that soft laugh shook the room. It came before your hello did, warm and low, just like it lived somewhere deep behind the years, waiting for the night to clear. Maybe faces change, maybe hearts learn how to hide, but certain sounds keep opening what time leaves locked inside. Your laugh came back first, before the touch, before the hurt, before we said what brought us here. Your laugh came back and pulled me near. Your laugh came back first, soft enough to break the curse, and every old groove in the room remembered how to move with you. You took the seat across from mine and let the silence take its time. The low drums lean behind the beat, your fingers tap beneath the seat. I asked if life had treated you well. You smiled like there was more to tell, then laughed again and looked away. And every year dissolved that way. Maybe roads divide, maybe seasons rearrange, but certain sounds keep carrying the parts that never change. Your laugh came back first, before the touch, before the hurt, before we said what brought us here. Your laugh came back and pulled me near. Your laugh came back first, soft enough to break the curse, and every old groove in the room remembered how to move with you. Ooh, there it was again, like an old and trusted friend. One low laugh, one warm chord, one memory finding air. No promise, no answer, just something still alive in there. I remember that sound, still feels the same. Take it slow. Your laugh came back first and made the whole room lose the years, before we said what still remained. Your laugh came back and changed the frame. Your laugh came back first, warm and low beneath the words, and every slow groove in the room remembered how to move with you. That same laugh, heart. Just one small space you never forgot. The candles leaned against the wall. A warm baseline moved through it all. You looked away, then touched your sleeve, like there was something hard to leave. Maybe time keeps moving. Maybe people learn to change, but some old ways keep talking. Even when we hide the name, you still leave room for me, right beside your memory. You still leave room for me, like the past ain't history. One empty chair, one quiet sign, one little space still kept in time. You still leave room for me, somewhere in your heart tonight. You poured my drink before I spoke, same little smile behind the smoke. I watched your hand move slow and sure, like you still knew what I reached for. The drums fell late beneath the keys. Your silence settled next to me. No grand return, no old excuse, just two familiar souls cut loose. Maybe love gets softer, maybe distance learns to bend, but some old ways keep waiting for the right night to begin again. You still leave room for me, right beside your memory. You still leave room for me, like the past ain't history. One empty chair, one quiet sign, one little space still kept in time. You still leave room for me, somewhere in your heart tonight. Ooh, yeah. You didn't have to say my name. The space already felt the same. One slow pour, one deep chord, one glance across the room. No promise, no pressure, just leave a little room. turned around, I already knew. The room was dim, the band was low, a lazy rhythm moved real slow. You stood alone beside beside the bar, half in shadow, half in scarlet light. I couldn't see your face at first, still something in that motion stirred. One shoulder leaning with the snare, and suddenly the years were there. Time can change a number, time can change a face, but rhythm keeps a fingerprint no distance can erase. I knew you by the way you swayed, by the little pause your body made, one slow step behind the time, and every old feeling fell in line. I knew you by the way you swayed, like the night remembered yesterday, before your eyes came into view. That slow groove told me it was you. You turned around and caught my stare. A quiet smile was awaiting there. No grand surprise, no need to speak. The bass said everything we couldn't reach. You caught without a rush, old memories rising through the hush. Then stopped one heartbeat from my chair, like we had always ended there. Years can change the story, roads can pull us far apart, but rhythm leaves a signature still written on the heart. I knew you by the way you swayed, by the little pause your body made, one slow step behind the time, and every old feeling fell in line. I knew you by the way you swayed, like the night remembered yesterday, before your eyes came into view. The slow groove told me it was you. Still leaning on the 2 and 4, still moving like you did before. One warm chord, one low turn, one memory walking free. No questions, no warning, just your rhythm finding me. Same slow motion, same little pause. I remember, I knew you by the way you swayed, by the quiet curve your shadow made, one slow step beneath the light, and every lost year felt right. I knew you by the way you swayed, like no part of us had really changed, before your hand came close to mine. Your rhythm brought me back in time. Before you turned around, I already knew. By the way you sway, some songs fit a person. You always wore this one well. The band was playing something slow, a little warm but warm below. You stood beneath the amber sign with that old melody in your eyes. I heard the guitar bend and fall. You leaned your shoulder to the wall, one small sway, like no time ever passed away. I knew that movement before I knew the tune. Some memories arrive a little earlier than you. You wore that old song well, like it still had more to tell. Every soft note on your skin brought the younger years back in. You wore that old song well, like a secret only we could spell. One slow turn beneath the light, and the past came home tonight. You asked if I remembered when we played that record end to end. I said, some things don't leave the room. You smiled and let the bass resume. The drums sat lazy in the back. Your fingers traced the tabletop track. Then every little move you made pulled another year out of the shade. I knew that silence, I knew that little grin. Some old songs keep the door unlocked for what might walk back in. You wore that old song well, like it still had more to tell. Every soft note on your skin brought the younger years back in. You wore that old song well, like a secret only we could spell. One slow turn beneath the light, and the past came home tonight. Ooh, maybe music never moves on. Maybe hearts just change the song. One warm chord, one low flame, one memory finding breath. No going back, no letting go, just feeling what's still left. Yeah. We still got it. Same slow sway. Wear it one more time. You wore that old song well, and the whole room felt the spell. Every slow note found its place in the years across your face. You wore that old song well, like the night remembered us itself. One last turn beneath the light, and the past came home tonight. That old song still fits you. You wore it well.